Yep. Yeah! So, let's explain the channel, or the main aim, central aim, the core aim. So, essentially, Buon Juvi, we'll explain that. Buon, like bon appetit, meaning good appetite, as sort of a blessing, an affirmation. May the meal be awesome. So in a sense, we're starting with a blessing and assurance that this is going to be good, beneficial, healthy, yum, right? It's going to be delicious. It's going to be healthy and helpful. But in this particular situation, it's on a soul, on a core level. Can you see that? Yeah. So, Bon Juvi is essentially saying, put on your sun visor. No, so it's essentially, this is gonna make it interesting. Look, yeah. Okay, Bon Juvi, like the prefix in the word rejuvenate, juvenile. I love words and their meanings. But the youthfulness. So what is bon, what is good about the youthfulness? So, working in elementary schools since 2014, I've realized that this the rejuvenating aspect of life is not only important, it is, I'm waiting for a green light, that's why I'm doing this, is essential. It's essential because if we get too wrapped up in the mundane, the routine, yesterday was this way, today's gonna be this way, I'm just going through the motions. No, you gotta break through that. Bon Juvi is essentially saying, where is the goodness of youthfulness, and how can we use it to make ourselves the most alive? Aliveness, more and more alive, more and more expanded. And you're gonna hear me talk much more about clarifying and expanding. It is a lifelong process, and it needs to be done. And when it is done consistently for long enough, you start to realize that your life is getting better and better and better. You see opportunities for what they are. You get more intuition. Better and better things are happening. Even if it doesn't seem like that in the moment, you become more of an optimist, and you realize more and more and more and more that all life situations are cracking you up, are breaking you down so that you can clarify, and so that you can expand, and so that this can keep happening. And you start to increase neuroplasticity. You start getting better and better at being improvisational, spontaneous, creative. All the characteristics that one would attribute and ascribe to that of a young and or youthful person. A youthful state of mind, state of being. And if this is not something that's in your life currently, you'll start to realize more and more how important it is. And if this is something that you're doing already, then to develop a habit, to develop a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly routine of this rejuvenating, this clarifying, this expanding, living a better and better life, becoming more and more alive, life simply, inevitably becomes more and more awesome. On Juvi. And it is also this concept of care, love. And when you fill your own bucket, when you fill your own cup, and you get to the point where in spiritual terms, when the cup runneth over, and you're feeling so good about yourself so consistently, the cup runneth over, the care runneth over, so that you essentially at a certain point don't have a choice in a good way. You don't have a choice but to share and care and give that all out. That's what I'm doing. That's what I continue to do. And it's gotten to the point where I've been doing these self-love, self-care modalities, practices, and have been routinizing it for so long. I've gotten to this point where I'm like, I want this to be my life. I want this to be my legacy. I want all of this to be given. And certainly, I'm getting more and more to moments, to circumstances, to points where I'm giving, the cup runneth over so often that it is an existential inevitability that it will be coming back to me. It has happened, it's been happening, it is happening, and it will continue to happen in an ever so expanding fashion. Now you can argue like, oh, well, where's the proof? Where's the scientific basis and all that? Half around and find out, to be honest. And if you've been living this life, if these things have been happening to you already, or if it's happened to you in bits and pieces, then you already know what I'm talking about. So if I'm to convince the people that are kind of just doing their thing and they're like, look, you know, I'm doing this, I'm getting this, you know, this is my life. I'm saying to you that if you find ways to care about yourself more, to give to yourself more, the cup will runneth over. The care will runneth over to a point where it becomes inevitable that you're just giving stuff out. Not because you feel like it's right and just to, that you feel like you ought to. It just happens. And it's amazing. It's awesome. And that's what this channel is all about. That's what I'm all about. That's what my books are all about. That's what future books will be all about. Different ways, shapes, and forms where the care runneth over. And I will continue to offer my coaching, my giving, my verbal offerings. In this sense, in one-on-ones, to hit me up and say that I'd like to hire you as the Crowist, the CRO, the care runneth over-ist. I want you in my circle, in my pocket, in my deck, in my Rolodex. Like, make it happen. Like, let's go. For times and places, and for the right situation, I would love to be that for you in a one-on-one sense. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And until then, I'll keep creating this content. I will be Buon Juvi. I will be the crowest, the care runneth overist. It clarifies and expands my life and the lives of others as the receptivity is or will be. It's just an inevitability. More on that soon. Let's end this with some respects. Respect to life. This body, this mind, these emotions, this soul, these senses, including the metaphysical senses of intuition, premonition, foresight, pre-sight, post-sight, second sight. That's a thing. Pretty much synonymous of all of these faculties that are given to us by life. You can call it God, spirit, whatever. I call it life, just to keep it general, universal, secular, but life with a capital L. We're being given all of this, moment to moment, day by day, week, by month, by year, by lifetime. Gifts. I like spelling it Givts. Gifts. We're getting this all of the time. And the more receptive we are to it, the more it clarifies and expands us. Mad respect to life. And more specifically, beyond all that, respect to the natural world, to Earth, to all of these forces, all of these things, all of these aspects that are keeping us alive, all of the elements, the food, the water, the air. Respect. Respect to you, respect to I, respect to all the people, places, and things that help us, and even the places and spaces and people that seem like they don't help us. They do, to the extent that they offer us insight and lessons and ways to perceive life in new and different ways all the time. That and more. This is Buon, Juvi, and I will continue to be the care runneth overist, and I will catch you later.